Hello and welcome back for match 1. This is Oldmanpoole. We have won the dice roll. And you have to toss this one back, unfortunately. Like I said, disadvantage of playing 15 lands is one of these times you're gonna get burned. Do we keep this hand? I guess so. It definitely feels bad going to 5. I think we keep. Gonna put that on the bottom for sure. We do have one interactive spell, I suppose. But we really do want an aggressive start, and this is about as placid as we can have. Wonder if that's a good use of the word placid. I don't know, calm, serene, something. Alright, island usually means a little bit more defensive, although who knows, maybe he's playing blue-red himself. I guess we want to play mountain on the off chance we need to bombard something next turn and we draw a bombard. Opponent says the clock is not on my side. I had to step away for just a second at the beginning of this match, unexpectedly. I don't think we're going to need the full 20 minutes. April, Death Spitter's a good draw. Blue-white. So, match 1, I said this was probably Flyers. I probably am going to say it's likely to be Flyers again, but on the other hand, you never know when you're going to run into some weird Sailor Means Treasury control deck too. Any base blue deck has the potential to be that. Crashing Tide, just for tempo. Okay. Not a terrible play, not a wonderful play either. Hijack's got to be one of the worst draws we could have had, but tis what it is. The fact that he played Crashing Tide there makes me think he's looking for either a land or he's just kind of low on early drops as well, but it looks like he has his 4th land at least. He did kind of deliberate for a while on which of the two he wanted to play. That might mean he has another land, or he may just be doing the correct thing and thinking out his turn all in advance. So what we're really saying is he's just a better player than we are. That makes me think Divine Verdict. Mountain's obviously a miserable draw there, but it's alright. Go ahead and attack. No play. Pass back. If I'm looking at my opponent's hand here, interesting. Ritual Rejuvenation is probably pretty good in this matchup, actually. Or at least in this instance, but not something I'm usually super happy with. If I'm my opponent, though, and I look at a blue-red draw where they played literally one spell, and it's a 3-drop, I'm feeling pretty okay about it. But I mean, we did mold a 6, we kept kind of a questionable hand, at least we found a creature. Another land, definitely not my favorite. On the other hand, we've hit almost half the lands in our deck now, so it should be pretty thin. Hopefully going forward we'll have some good hits. And we got our opponent down to 18 on turn 6, living the dream. Alright, he's got to play. Slippery Scoundrel. Alright. Do we want to Water Knot that right off the bat? What else does he have in hand? Who knows? Don't think we want to cast our Dive Down as the attempted combat trick. Do we want to trade for that? It's maybe okay. Or we just want to try and keep up the offensive with Dive Down, Water Knot. Maybe we just want to Water Knot this. I think that's okay. He may have a bigger, scarier threat, but if he does, actually, we kind of want to hijack it, so. So I assume that if we don't have the City's Blessing, when we hijack, it doesn't retain those characteristics. Hexproof and unblockable. I'm not 100% sure, though. Alright, let's get in for 3. We'll play our Headstrong Brute thereafter, and still have Dive Down up. Alright, we're putting together some cards. Not really sure what my opponent's got in hand. Hornswoggle. Alright, maybe it's just counterspells. suppose that's possible. He's just got 6 counterspells in hand. My opponent hasn't missed any land drops, so it's possible he's super flooded too. I don't know. He definitely looks like he's playing kind of a controlling, slower deck. If he's doing things like Ritual Rejuvenation, Hornswoggle, Slippery Scoundrel. Aerial Ceratops. Yeah, that blinks us quite well. Ah, Miscloaked Herald, though. 15 turns from now? Oh ho ho ho, 15 turns, just you wait. Just you wait. I don't know, some sort of controlling shell for my opponent. Hey, Rowdy Crew. Well, I guess we'll swing with our Miscloaked Herald first. Rowdy Crew has the potential to be pretty good. I guess maybe that'd be a reason to hold lands in our hand. I hadn't actually thought about that. But yeah, being able to pitch a bunch of lands to it would have been solid. I think we're playing at this point regardless. Hijack's just not that exciting. Kind of would like to keep Dive Down, but... Another counterspell? Nope, not this time. We did keep Dive Down, pitch the Hijack, and actually Sun-Colored Raptor would have been really good, unfortunately, but... Okay, well, another creature that can't attack for us. Is there a reason to keep lands now? I don't think so, right? Alright. Well... If we're both mana flooded, I think that's usually going to be better for my opponent, given that we have to try and kill them off quickly, but... I don't know, 14 turn clock. That Miscloaked Herald. We do have a fair number of flyers in the deck. Those would all do fine. Fire Cannon Blast actually will take care of the Ceratops, which is nice. He gains a couple life in the process, but we do get to get rid of it. And we have a lot of good defensive options to keep our creatures alive. Guess if he has like something that buffs toughness here, it's a little bit of a blowout, but I think we still go for it. He has like +2/+2, one of the various white, cheap instants. He gets to gain 2 life kind of for free. But killing off the Ceratops is important. The fact that he's thinking is interesting, because it feels like if he's got anything, he would just use it. What would you have that you would debate there? Maybe a counterspell. That's a pretty good card to have. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of why you wouldn't save it. Splendid Griffin. That's a good card. Right now it's just a 2/2 though, and at least in theory we're more offensive than our opponent is right now. It is a good card though. I have to imagine that's what he drew, since he would have played it earlier if he had it. So what are those last 3 cards? Still hasn't missed a land drop. Maybe he's just like hyper flooded. Okay, let's start off with Opt. No real reason to wait, and I want to see what we got going on. Cool. Don't want a mountain. Fire Cannon Blast I am okay with. Let's swing with the Force. If he tries to block, we'll use Sea Legs or Dive Down. I guess if he blocks the Frill Death Spitter, we just allow it to happen. Not blocking at all. Interesting. I'm not unhappy if he swings, so I guess we just wait. What does he have, a board wipe maybe? What could you have? Slaughter the Strong, I guess would be okay against us. It gets one thing. Signature of the Golden City, obviously a pretty good card. He's not even really screwed on blue since he's got treasures. Once in a while when you try and build this deck, you do just end up kind of threat light. It's possible he just doesn't have tons going on, and he has drawn basically a billion lands. We're gonna dive down that. He didn't kill anything in response, which is good. Furious Obsession. Alright, that's actually pretty nice. That would be a reason maybe not to block there, just to get that extra card, but he's still taking a lot of damage next turn. taking 7. Unless he has some sort of interaction. He does get to draw a card, though. And the Resplendent Griffin is getting large. He's getting swole over there. If he plays a relatively small threat, we can Fire Cannon Blast it. And then Miscloaked Heralds is lethal, or Frill Despot are taking damage is lethal. Okay, Spirewinder. That isn't something that gets killed by the Fire Cannon Blast, unfortunately. Riverwise Augur. I guess let's start off with that. See if there's anything we can draw here that flops things around for us. Ooh, Rig Hauler and Kitesail Corsair, both of which are nice. So this turn, what do? We swing with Miscloaked Herald, drop in Deadeye Rig Hauler, bounce Resplendent Griffin. He still has the Spirewinder for defense. We're building out our board pretty quickly. I'd like to be able to play Fire Cannon Blast to remove 2 threats. Unfortunately, these are both things that have to happen post-combat. So I guess playing the Rig Hauler is just better. Well, I guess I could play both Fire Cannon Blast and Corsair. Building out the Corsair is maybe nice. We want to keep Island. We put Rig Hauler and Sea Legs on top. Rig Hauler that we want to draw next turn. So Sea Legs, Rig Hauler. And we swing with our Miscloaked Herald. And blow the heck out of the Resplendent Griffin. Good job enabling that raid. Well, I mean, maybe this deck's just better than it looks. We do have a lot of removal, had some good interaction, and also it's got the ability that it just makes our opponents draw poorly, so that all put together seems pretty okay. So next turn, he blocks like that, blocks like that. We get in for 6, and we bounce something. Getting pretty close to just killing him. This is when he plays the Slaughter the Strong, and I just weep, but no play. What on earth would you have with no play? You have something that costs 12 mana? Now I'm super confused. Resplendent Griffin's 3. Even his last 3 cards costing 9, they'd all have to be instant speed? I mean, whatever. I don't think we can play around anything here. Let's get in for some damage. I mean, maybe he just has, like... We play around something like Settle the Wreckage? Maybe just go for it. I don't know, though. What would he have? Settle the Wreckage? It's the only thing I can think of. Alright. If he's got it, I guess the blowout is real, but... The only reason I could think of there is if you have Settle the Wreckage, maybe you don't play it in the hopes to like bluff us into swinging with everything, which we did do. I mean, that's fine. Maybe it's Settle the Wreckage. Nope, Divine Verdict. Take 5. Still don't understand why you wouldn't play Resplendent Griffin at this point. Perilous Voyage, okay. Maybe his last card is also interactive. I can see the argument. It's about the only reason, though. And puts 2 cards on bottom, so he's recognizing he's still taking some damage. Why not Griffin? How odd. I guess, actually, Rig Hauler is probably worse than Sea Legs would have been. Sea Legs could have been pretty nice for interacting with the Spirewinder. Yeah, that was a mistake. I even knew about that. That would have shrunk creatures and maybe let us attack through. Hopefully that doesn't cost me. But yeah, Sea Legs would have been better. Rig Hauler, if it bounced something first, obviously would be great, but since it's a little bit slower than that. Still don't know why you don't play Resplendent Griffin, though. Oh no, wait, it went to his graveyard. Oh, I shot it. That's right. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad at this game. It's kind of like, it's humorous just how poor I am at this game. Oh dear. Okay, that's okay. We're swinging for life. Security blocks, we just have lethal at this point. Unless he's got another removal spell. Yeah, we killed that a while ago. I think we actually shrink his Spirewinder. That's better than growing our Deadeye Recaller. Given this is kind of his one blocker. And we shot the Resplendent Griffin. I don't know what I was thinking. My opponent's... okay. Gaining some life. Still not out of it yet. Still makes me much happier I targeted my opponent's Spirewinder. But he goes to 1. We've got a Miscloaked Herald. Stupid Resplendent Griffin. I thought so long and hard about it too. You guys must have been screaming at the screen. Oh well. The cringe. The cringe. Okay, 2 Spirewinders. Still no answer for the Miscloaked Herald though. I knew this card was gonna do it. It's been probably close to 15 turns. Alright. I can hear like the Latin chants coming. No divine verdict, please. Darn it. Blazing Hope? Seriously? No. Oh, rocked. Oh, I'm crying. That's pretty funny. Blazing Hope? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Triple Spirewinder. The offensive is real. Still can't swing with anything though. Literally any of our creatures is lethal. We're both top decking. We just find a little bit more creatures than he does, we win. What a game. Blazing Hope. I'm calling it right now. That is the one time this whole format of Blazing Hope has hit a Miscloaked Herald. Well, I don't know. I guess that's true. It might be like buffed all to heck in Merfolk though. Alright, I take it back. Still, it was a 1-1. It's a 1-1. I guess there's no reason to play Islands. Obviously, if we had something, we would play it. But what can we still draw? What have we not seen? Protean Raider, Swaggering Corsair, Bombard. There's the Raider. It's not worth jump attacking to make it a little bit bigger, so I guess we'll just play it as is. It is a threat. It's a lethal threat. It's a 2-2. And we also get to see the sweet art, which you don't usually see on the Magic Online interface, since usually it's a shapeshifter creature. Have we got him? Come on, Protean Raider. No, not another creature. Lumina spawns. I guess actually I'm okay with that. We could counter it with the Storm Tamer, but they're both lethal. Storm Tamer may have more utility later on. Alright, come on, top decks. Come on, top decks. This has been a heck of a game. Ooh, Buccaneer's Bravado. Does that do anything? We could swing with the Protean Raider, pick off one thing. Oh, that's kind of a 2-hit, right? If we swing with just Protean Raider, he's like, I guess it just lets us trade a card. It's not even... doesn't do anything, really. Yeah, it just doesn't actually improve anything. I don't think. Swing... it just lets us trade. I guess we trade up a little. I don't know. Let's wait. Maybe it would put something out of range of like a Slash of Talons going forward. Oh, and still with nothing. He doesn't have to kill us. He's down to 7 cards. Is this going to be the first time we mill somebody? Completely? Ooh, Shaper's Apprentice. It's a creature. It's a creature, guys. I promise that this game is worth watching. This fight, the Resplendent Griffin, No, seeing Blazing Hope in its true glory, that was worth seeing. Do we wait another turn? Could play Rigging Runner. He has a removal, we just lose though. I think we wait one more turn. Nah, who are we kidding? We go for it, right? I don't even know. I don't know what's in his deck. We're kind of running out of things I'm happy to draw though. Bombard, I guess, is still in there. He had something? No. The blowout. The absolute horror. Should have waited. Should have waited. Oh, I also should have used the Siren Stormcaller there. Alright, well, at least we'll get to trade for one of these guys. My opponent still can't swing super aggressively. Yeah, that's true though. I definitely should have sacked the Storm Tamer. That was a mistake too. Oh, the loose plays. The game's just gone so long. I can't see the light. It's so far away. It's so far away. Things are getting so dark. So dark. It's okay though. We got the +1/+1 counter on the Rigging Runner. That's all that really matters at this point. Sworn Guardian? No! Alright, I assume we're taking at least 3, yeah. When we find Bombard, he's maybe out of threats? Who knows? This game might not be over yet. It's probably over, but this has been one of the weirder matchups I've had. There was that little voice in the back of my head that was like, don't swing, what if he has a trick? I was like, oh, he's top decking. He can't have found anything. Totally found something. We find Bombard, he may literally mill. We have 2 more lands, 5 more spells. Can we find all the spells we've got? We used Dive Down? I think we did, yeah. Oh no, Windstrider. Okay, that actually means it's much more likely he kills us. We got rid of Hijack early. Crashing Tide? Do we have Crashing Tide? Might have Crashing Tide. Sea Red. That's not gonna do it. Oh, alright. GG. Heck of a game. I think it probably was correct to swing there. I don't know though. That was rough. Okay. What changes? Shadow Foundation seems terrible. Arncrest actually might not be bad, it's just like a 4/4. On the other hand, I think getting in underneath our opponents is probably good. Soul of the Rapids didn't seem great given what my opponent was going for. Sea Legs actually seemed okay, maybe. Nah, let's just go for it. Although Sea Red's maybe bad. He does have a lot of removal. Sea Legs it is. Sea Red is definitely a more powerful card, but it can steal games. But yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be great against like mono Divine Verdict deck. Alright, would like to play first. We're a little bit light on time. I think we keep this hand, it's pretty bad, but it's got spells and it's got lands, and I definitely do not trust this deck going down to 6, so. Opponent mold again down to 6, keeps but bottoms. Alright, we're basically just hoping for 2 drops here. Give us those 2 drops. What? Shorekeeper. It's almost like he knows we're aggressive. That's actually probably not a bad card against us, especially out of the sideboard. Okay, Suncolored Raptor. Would have been much better last turn, but, you know, it is what it is. Doesn't mean we can play Deadeye Rigcaller next turn, at least. Should have kept up an island to show off that we might have Dive Down, but at this point, we're just playing. Okay, 1 more land. Let's swing with our Raptor. If he wants to give up his Shorekeeper for free, we probably will allow that. I think he's probably just taking a point. And we'll Rigcaller and bounce it back. He got the Hornswoggle. Oh no, he does? A blowout. I guess that's a reason to be afraid of the 3-mana open. Spiralwinder. Alright. Maybe just Fire Cannon Blast that? Guess we don't even get in for damage then. We want to trade the Raptor for it. Nah, okay, let's just blast it, I guess. And we'll swing with the Raptor. I think if I'm my opponent, I'm happy to block there, but he values his Shorekeeper. Fair enough. And we get a free point of damage. The Dream. He is down to 3 cards in hand, because that's what happens when you mulligan. But he's also only 2 cards or 2 lands away from cracking the Shorekeeper. Oh, alright, alright. Curious Obsession on the Shorekeeper. I like it. I like it. This is like the height of derp, these games. My goodness. The height of derp. We're going to Crashing Wave that on our turn. If we don't find anything good, we'll hit him with a Suncolored Raptor for 4. Otherwise, we'll play whatever we find that's good. That's pretty funny, though. Alright, Crashing Tide. That guy. Draw a Mountain. Poke in for 4 damage. Maybe into a Divine Verdict. Don't matter, we don't have anything else to do with our lands. Get that 4 damage. Ooh, my opponent doesn't have Divine Verdict. Interesting. Or Slash for Talons, nothing like that. Oh, there's that Shorekeeper again. I remember him. Guess there's no real harm in playing Op first. Don't want to Water Knot it right off. We'll put that guy on top. And we'll swing with our Suncolored Raptor. With the intention to bump it once. You got point down to 10. Ooh, he has Sea Legs this time. That's alright, that's alright. That's not the best against the Suncrawler Hunter, since it's still going to be able to do some damage. Again for 2. I mean, that does gain him, like, a reasonable amount of life over the game, but it doesn't actually answer the threat, either. We'll play Headstrong Brood. Okay, so he can sack the Shorekeeper, so we're probably to the point where he blocks, sacks. Luminous Bonds. We will have to deal with that. If only this was a pirate. Double Strike would be so good. Sea Legs on his Shorekeeper. That's a thing. Alright. Kind of funny, it only says can't attack there because it already can't block. Nice little bit of flavor for y'all. Is the Suncrown Hunter going the distance? I believe. I don't know about you guys, but I believe. Oh, down to 7. Down to 7. This matchup's so stupid, I just can't get over it. Like, I'm just not doing anything, and my opponent's not doing anything. Okay, I got Water Knot to deal with the Ceratops, at least. Ooh, Mistcloaked Herald. Oh, we actually can't play both. And then we would only have 4 lands. I wonder if we're actually... I guess we could swing with the Suncolored Raptor with 7, although that would get up to 5. It would get up to 5, it would trade, go down to 2. I think we need to keep this guy alive, though. If only we had another blue source. Or another land in general, I guess. Because this would only get up to a 2 cost thing. Although he might really value the Shorekeeper. So he may not be willing to block it. Because that represents potentially 3 cards pretty quick. Yeah, he might actually not block. And we're down to 6 minutes, though. We gotta play fast. If we want to win, at least in the fairway. Okay. He's gonna block, decides he can't take it forever. Fair enough. And we're just gonna pass here. I don't think there's... Buccaneer Bravado is likely to do much for us. Okay, he does have Shoreline Keeper at the ready. Okay, we now represent 7 damage here, though, with the Suncolored Raptor, so he actually can't sack it, given the trample. And he has no cards in hand. It's got chump block. Find that last land there was pretty consequential. Oh no, wait. That's right, we're still 1 land off. Go ahead for 5 here though, that's a lot. Unless he finds, like, Perilous Voyage, I guess? Perilous Voyage would get us good. Did not. Let's play our Mistcloaked Herald. Should have kept up blue for Sea Legs. Not real likely to matter, but minor misplay. We do have 2 lethal threats here, though. I think we got this. I think we got this, guys. It's been a long fight, but I think we got this. Ooh, Frilled Death Spitter is good, too. Alright, swing with both. What even is this last game, though? Like, really, what even is this game? We have 8, so we can pump this twice, up to the point where it's lethal on its own. If he's going to use something on the Sun-Colored Rafter. Oh, okay, Rite of Rejuvenation gains him a fair amount of life. Okay. Ooh, does he have removal? Kinda looks like he does, actually. Got that Divine Verdict? He does. Okay. Pretty solid. Not tons we can do about it. Okay, so again for 1. Can't actually play the Frilled Death Spitter this turn. Opponent's still not out of it, but at this point I think we need to play quickly for clock reasons. My opponent does too, obviously. Is swing with the Spirewinder. Don't hate that, since the Mistcloaked Herald will kill him eventually. Ooh, another Spirewinder. Yeah, let's play our Storm Tamer. Play our Death Spitter. Play or swing with our Mistcloaked Herald, and then we're gonna pass. And probably flash in his Sea Legs on something. On the other hand, if we can shrink something that blocks the Death Spitter with Sea Legs, that's great. That gets in for 2 points of damage too. Yeah, I think we got him here. As he goes like, takes 2, takes 1, Buccaneer's Bravado finishes the job. Okay, this is an attack I'm actually confident will end the game, unlike our previous one. Okay, I guess we can just Bravado here. Alright, 4 damage, 4 damage! Victory! My opponent didn't mulligan down to 6, and clearly in a 13-turn game, that makes all the difference. Alright, we got 4 minutes left. Can we kill him? Don't think we're changing anything. See red still seems bad. Goal my minions. We had a pretty slow start to that game. I think we have a shot. We're also in the position that if we're winning the game, it's because it is a short game, right? And if my opponent wins the game, it's because it's a long game. I'm definitely missing that extra 5 minutes kind of at the beginning, though. But, you know, when the wife wants to talk, the wife wants to talk, so. I was thinking this was going to be a pretty short draft series, but this matchup has single-handedly made it pretty long. Alright, here we are. Both of us clicking in the red. Mulligan. Can't keep this one, unfortunately. This hand's better, though. Let's go ahead and keep it. And let's bottom it. I think we need to find red sources. Crashing Tide's not bad, but we need to find land before it cantrips for us, too. And Bombard. Good if we find red, bad if we don't. Perhaps that's kind of obvious, but it is one of the better cards in our deck, assuming we can find something. And the Mistcloaked Herald beat down, although I'm pretty sure we couldn't kill our opponent in 20 turns. Alright, take 1, Avast. Kitesail Corsair, and we'll pass it back. Ugh, these games when they go so low, they're always so tense. We do have a fairly decided time advantage over our opponent, though. I think we are just going to play Protean Raider as a Kitesail Corsair. I think that's alright. I guess it gets blanked more nastily by a Spirewinder, but we also have a Bombard. And the 2 extra points of damage might be, or the 2 power over 1 might be pretty relevant. Oh, alright. I think we've gotten Hornswoggled on turn 3 for the last 2 games. I don't remember the first one. It's definitely got us pretty good every time, though. Okay, let's just bombard that. Keep getting in for damage. All about that tempo, yo. I think my opponent's deck is probably fairly good against ours, since we're not actually, like, blazing fast, and we're trying to get in with a lot of extra damage in the air towards the end of the game. I think he did have Bright Reprisal in his deck. I don't know if we can play around it, though, either. If it's just Divine Verdict, it's not as bad. And if it's nothing, it's really great. Nothing it is. And we got those double sea legs. Ain't nothing stopping us now. Alright, Spirewinder. Well, that'll stop the Kitesail Corsair offensive. Ooh, at least until we find another red source. But let's get in with our Mistcloaked Herald. And pass. I think we have a shot at getting our opponent in a fair game here. He is down to 2 minutes, but I mean, if we find Fire Cannon Blast, that might be kind of towards the end of his action. Ooh, he's coming in. Okay. We could have like double sea legs there, but I think we need to. So the fact that he swung makes me think he has either Divine Verdict or Bright Reprisal, but again, I'm not sure how much we can play around that. Maybe not. Maybe he's just thinking he has to get in for some amount of damage. Alright, Swaggering Corsair is a 3/3 on a board of small stuff. Interesting that he waited on the sea legs. Not sure there's many things that you'd rather hit than the Mistcloaked Herald. Do we want double sea legs? Nah, we don't care that much about the life, I don't think. We just want to make sure that, like, Kitesail Corsair and Swaggering Corsair can get in. Alright, Fire Cannon Blast. Remove the Winder. Luminous Bonds was good there. Getting able, or hitting in on this. Ugh. Luminous Bonds was good there. It removed a really good threat of ours, and really made our opponent feel nice. Yeah, Divine Verdict it is. Okay. Might be about time to equip up that Spirewinder. I was thinking we wouldn't have to, but it's looking more and more likely we have to. But we'll take 1. I think we can afford to take 1, that's alright. Opponent is out of cards. And so are we. I mean, we could swing with the Mistcloaked Herald and get it all the way up to 0 to power with First Strike, but I haven't had a game go this close to time in a long time. That first game was super, super long. It also got closer to milling than I've ever been before. I think my opponent was down to 4 or 5 cards. Yeah, Spirewinder's just going to wind a little bit too slowly, I think, here. Ooh, Slippery Scoundrel will speed stuff up. Sun-Colored Raptor is something my opponent has to respect, though. It's nice. Because that potentially kills him next turn. He has to have a blocker for it. Getting in there. Opponent is out of cards, so Buccaneer's Bravado plus the Raptor will be enough next turn. Go ahead and swing with the Raptor. We have Buccaneer's Bravado. We can't win, right? Yeah. We'll give First Strike. And hit pretty hard, and actually then we're just going to keep up Dive Down, and I think that's very likely to win the game next turn. 6 my opponent down to 3. He probably can't kill it. Opponent says, show me the win. Not quite yet, just very close. Alright. I guess we could have done the Raycaller. Alright, Suncaller Raptor. Go the distance. We gotta kill him, he's got 10 seconds. Is he just letting it happen? He might be. The honorable death. Not the timeout death. Alright, hey! This deck went 3-0. How about that? That last match was... What's a kind word for a mess? It was a mess, but that's alright. I don't know, maybe the deck was a little bit better than I thought it was. Rowdy Crew obviously performed pretty well. I like Riverwise Augur. But I think mostly we kind of took advantage of some bad draws from our opponents. And a good amount of luck. We hit our removal when we needed to. We actually hit our creatures pretty well. And it worked out okay. We found 2-drops and 1-drops fairly consistently. And we're just kind of able to keep my opponent off balance. I think that this deck, on average, is going to be closer to a 1-2 or a 2-1. I think it going 3-0 is definitely an anomaly, but I don't know. We'd have some high-quality 1-drops. Mistcloaked Herald definitely earned its weight. Rigging Runner and Storm Tamer were solid. And just a lot of follow-up for some cheap, easy threats. So I guess that's the way you can pick up some games. But yeah, I think luck was definitely on our side. We played 15 lands, we didn't get punished too much. We had a couple of mulligans, but there were no games where it's just like, hey, we can't play this game either. So, but yeah, I am absolutely ecstatic to pick up the 3-0. I'll edit this pretty quick. I'll post it for you guys soon. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Again, I always appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. I will see you next time.